All right. Hello, MoveEasy movers. Welcome to MoveEasy Yoga with Kathy. Today happens to be Tuesday, June 11th. However, it's whatever day you're watching this YouTube video. And no real props today except for your trusty chair, which we always use. Today's focus is going to be on a little bit of core, a little bit of legs, actually mostly legs, and some balance. So that's the upshot. So let's go ahead and start in our usual manner. Supine static rest. Legs on a chair or couch or box. Anything that will support your lower legs so they are parallel to the floor. Hips are a few inches away from the base of your support. Relax your shoulders. Arms are wherever you want them to be. Breathe normally. We're putting our lower back in traction. We're going to be here for 7 minutes. So just relax into it. Just be. Try not to think of anything. And here we go. Okay, time's up. Stay where you are. If you choose, you can roll your tongue under the roof of your mouth to tighten your chin. We're going to slowly rotate our head from right to left about 6 times. Cervical rotation. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. All right. Now, the next thing we're doing is vagus nerve reset. So we're all familiar with this. What we're trying to do is activate our vagus nerve that runs along both sides of the scalp with our optic nerve. So your head is straight ahead. You're only moving your eyes. Start by moving your eyes to the right and wait. Excuse me. All I have to do is think about it and I yawn. Wait for a response, a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. And when you've achieved that response, bring your eyes back to center and then move just your eyes to the left and wait for a response, sigh, swallow, gulp, or yawn. For me, the left side's always harder. I don't know why. And once you've done that, I'll give you a couple of minutes to do it 2 times on each side at your own pace. Okay, finish up. The next thing we're doing is head ramping. You can leave whatever support you have for your head, or you can put something under there, a sponge ball, set of therapy balls, whatever works for you. If you are doing a set of therapy balls, make sure you put them at the occipital ridge. So what we're doing is we're reversing text neck by pressing that occipital ridge back towards the floor. If you're like me, you're looking down a lot at your phone, your computer, book, whatever. So we want to reverse that. So we're going to be pressing that part of our neck away from the rest of our body. You can do this sitting up, you can do it lying down. Since we're lying down, we're going to press it down Excuse me. And this, we're also working on our vagus nerve, and you may get that same reaction you got when you were doing the vagus nerve reset. I do. So we're going to do this about 5 or 6 times. So press, hold, and release. And press, hold, and release. And, excuse me, press, hold, and release. And 2 more times. Press, hold, and release. And press, hold, and release. You know, when I was sitting at a desk and a computer for years, I wish I had known that movement. Because you can do this during the day when you're sitting in your car, preferably at a stoplight. But yeah, it's a nice movement. So for our breathing exercise, we're going to do extended exhale breathing. This is another way to relax the nervous system, relax the body, get it ready for movement. So we're going to take a normal inhale through our nose and then exhale through your mouth and or nose. Try to make your exhale twice as long as your inhale. So for example, if you inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, you want to exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you find you're unable to double that, you can make your inhale shorter. And a good way to make your inhale longer that I have found is to purse your lips like you're whistling when you inhale. I find that it helps stretch out my exhale. So let's go ahead and take a normal inhale. 2, 3, 4. Now exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Try this again. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now everybody's different on their inhale and exhale. So again, I'm going to give you a minute or so for you to do this a couple of times at your own pace. All right. Good deal. So the next thing we're doing is vacuum. You can leave your legs on your whatever support you have, or you can move away, or in my case, move your chair away. Now, as far as the shape you take, that's up to you. I do have some people in my in-person class that leave their legs up on the chair because they like that position. So whatever works for you. You can be in center pose, knees bent, feet flat. You can be an extended leg. You can still have your legs up on a chair. I like extended leg because then I can really press my back into the floor. So what we're doing is we're working on our pelvic floor. We're going to take a normal inhale and then exhale everything out of our lungs. And then at the same time, press our belly button down towards the floor so our back is flat. We're tightening up our pelvic area and creating a vacuum. We're going to hold that for the count of 10 and then release. So here we go. Normal inhale. And then exhale everything out of your lungs. Empty your lungs. Create your vacuum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. We're going to do this 2 more times. So give yourself a minute to get your breath back. And again, normal inhale through your nose. Exhale everything out of your lungs. Empty your lungs, create your vacuum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. I find that on days that I do this, I don't have as much trouble, so I think it works. So one last time. Take a normal inhale through your nose. And now exhale, empty your lungs, everything out of your lungs, hold your breath out. Create your vacuum, press your belly button down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Good job. Excuse me. Okay, come on up to sitting. Take your time. We're going to do our regular stretches that we do. Excuse me. So we're going to start with the side bend. So hand along the mat. Other arm comes up and over. I like to pretend that I'm leaning against a wall, that my head, my arm, actually both arms are against that wall, so everything's in line. Now take your upper arm and lower it till it's parallel to the floor and the elbow is directly across from your face. You'll feel a different stretch. And there we go. Arm up, torso up. Good job. Other side. Arm along the mat. Other arm comes up and over. Try to bend your elbow towards the ceiling if you can. And now lower your arm till it's parallel to the floor. Elbow across from your face. Feel that different stretch. Okay, there we go. All right. Straight hair. Okay. Now let's go ahead and switch our legs just for the smell of it. We're going to do the thoracic stretch now. So I like this because it stretches the upper back, and I carry a lot of tension back there without realizing it. So left hand on right knee. Your other hand is behind you with spider fingers. This is your support. So Make sure your back is straight and rotate your shoulders to the short end of your mat. Now, while you're here, you can just enjoy the stretch and be aware of where you're feeling it, or you can rotate your head back and forth. Try to keep your chin level with the ground, or you can rotate your ribs back and forth. I don't recommend doing both at the same time, one and then the other. This is a really good stretch for the upper back. And there we are. Okay. So other side. Right hand on left knee, left arm is behind you. Rotate your shoulders. Excuse me. Remember your options. And there we go. 40 seconds. Good job. So if you choose, you can go ahead and switch your legs again. I like switching them regularly because my feet tend to fall asleep if they sit too long. So for the third in this triplet, I decided on doing angel wings. Angel wings is putting your hands behind your back, like you've got them in your back pocket. So your elbows are extended. And then move your elbows forward and back and forward and back. At your own pace. This is a good shoulder move. So your hands are like in your back pockets or back at your waist, and you move your shoulders forward and back, keeping your back straight. We're not slouching here. We're not moving our back. We're just moving our elbows, which in turn moves our shoulders. So the higher up your waist your hands can go, the more your elbows can move. If they're lower down, they don't move as much, but it's whatever's comfortable for you. So this is actually, it's called angel wings or butterfly wings. I've heard it referred to it as a couple of things. And that was 40 seconds. So I could really feel that in my shoulders. Wow. Okay. Trying to figure out my own notes here. Okay. All right. We're going to stay on our shoulders for just a minute. And you can switch your legs if you want. So what we're going to do is do a shoulder rotation, like rolling your shoulder back, right and left, and right and left. We're going to do this for 40 seconds at your own pace. You don't have to keep up with the pace that I do. You can do it slower. I don't suggest doing it faster, but it's more just you're moving your shoulder just back in a circle. Just the shoulder is moving, nothing else. So you're doing one and then the other. And then one. Your back is straight. Always have a straight back when you're sitting. And one more. There we go. All right. Now, this next one, your arms are extended, but your palms are facing back towards the back wall. And what we're going to do is we're going to push those palms back and then bring them forward and then push them back and bring them forward. This is another shoulder move. So Again, at your own pace, but move slowly. Make sure your palms are facing the back wall. And push them back. And I could push them all the way back, but I'm not doing that. I'm going maybe just 6 or so inches back, just to where I feel it in my shoulders. And then forward. And then back. And then forward. And back. And forward. I'm feeling it right across the top of my chest here. Just be aware of where you're feeling it. And also, I'm feeling it back between my shoulder blades. And forward, and back, and forward. So yeah, there's some shoulder work right there. Ooh, I could feel that. Okay. The third one in this triplet is just a cervical rotation, similar to what we did when we were lying down. So we're just going to look from one side to the other. Everything else is still. The only thing moving is our head. So again, look in one direction, just as far as is comfortable. When you feel that pull, stop. You don't need to be looking all the way around. We're not moving our torso. And then move your head and look the other direction. It's like you're got two people, one on each side, and they're talking to each other, and you're going back and forth, but slowly, keeping everything else still. Just your neck is moving. And if you're like me, you're hearing all kinds of symphony in there. There we go. One more to the left. All right. So I think we've warmed up pretty much up there. Now we're going to do some standing moves. So you can be standing at a wall. You can be standing at your chair. You will want something to hold on to. I need to set up real quick here. We're going to do balance on one foot. And I need to put my floor down. It's so important for balance to practice this. I practice this when I'm like waiting for the microwave. I do that a lot because the kitchen has a floor. This has carpet. So basically, we're just going to balance on one foot. Now, you have options when you lift your leg up. You can have it in front. You can have it tucked on the other, in front or behind. You can have it behind. Or here's an option. You can have it out to the side. This might be harder to balance, or it might be easier for you. Whatever works for you. We're going to balance for 30 seconds. So let me get my timer and get ready. And here we go. Oops, 30 seconds. Now you want to be looking straight ahead, not at the computer, not down. Focus on something that is not moving. I can't do this and talk, so I'm going to be silent for a minute. There we go, 30 seconds. Good job. And now we're going to do, I call this gate open, gate closed. So it's where your leg is bent in front of you, and then you move your leg to the side. So this is gate open, this is gate closed. So we're going to do that, and you move slowly. This is a hip movement. So you move slowly to the right and then to the front. So again, this is for 30 seconds. So move at your own pace. Gate open, gate closed. Gate open, gate closed. I don't know about you, but I can feel this in my hip flexor. This is a good one. Okay. Now we go to the other side, other leg. And again, standing on one foot, options. Just, you can have your leg out here if you want, whatever works for you. So 30 seconds. Again, just look straight ahead, focus on something that's not moving. And there we go. 30 seconds. Not that long. Okay, now we're going to do the gate open, gate closed. 30 seconds. So gate open, gate closed. Make sure that your knee is up, not down here, but try to make it up as high as your hip. So gate open, gate closed, and maintain your posture while you're doing this. Try not to slump. I'm saying that because I'm catching myself slumping. One more. Okay. All right. Now the third in this triplet is my famous knee march, where we're bringing our knees up as we march. We're just going to do it for 30 seconds. We're not doing it for a full minute. I think we get just as much benefit from 30 seconds. So you do want to hold on to something. This is not a balance move. This is just getting your knees up there at your own pace. You're actually working your core in this as well as your legs. And that's it. Good job, guys. Okay, we're going to go back to the mat. And we're going to be on our hands and knees. So just so you know. So make sure that you have support under whatever you need. If you need support under your knees, put it there. If you need support under your wrist, you can fold a towel. I have a towel here. I discovered this the other day. So I had somebody who had trouble. So just a folded towel under your wrists. That way your wrists aren't bent so much. Can also fold the mat up and over. So your hands are directly below your shoulders. Your knees are hip width apart, top of your feet on the mat. The movement is this. Let me see. How can I? So the movement is moving your knee to the right and then back down, to the right and then back down at your own pace and as high as you're comfortable doing it. You don't have to come all the way up. You can just come up a few inches. So we're going to do first one side and then the other for 40 seconds. Again, at your own pace. So I'm going to start on the right. Well, actually the left, because I'm facing you on the left. So left up and then down. And then up and then down. And the only thing you want to move is your leg. So we're not leaning to the right, which I know is easy to do. So you may not move your leg all the way up, and that's okay. We're just moving the leg up to the right or to the left. and down, up to the left, and down. This works the butt and the thigh, and down. Well, that was 40 seconds. Now we'll do the other side, and I'll switch. So again, hands under shoulders, knees hip width apart, 40 seconds. So knee up and down, directly to the right, or directly to the side, and then down. And it may only be a few inches, like I say, up and then down, up, down, up, and down. Try to keep the rest of your body in line. I know it's a tendency to lean to the left when you're moving your right leg, but try not to do that. Yeah. There we go, 40 seconds. Now this next one is also a little different. So you're on your hands and knees. You're going to go to your elbows and then back to your hands. Elbows, hands. Again, at your own pace for 40 seconds. So hands to elbows, to hands, to elbows, to hands, to elbows, hands, to elbows. Just back and forth, your own pace. You don't need to keep up with me. Just come down to your elbows. Come up to your hands. You can even take a breath in between if this turns out to be a little difficult. And then up. 40 seconds. Good job. And now for the last one in this series. Again, we are at our starting point. We're just going to extend our leg and bring it back. And then do our left leg and bring it back. So again, for 40 seconds, and take your time. Move at your own pace. Extend and bring it back. And extend and bring it back. Listen to your knee crack like I just did. Let's extend and bring it back. And extend. Now try not to lean from right to left. You want to keep your back and your hips the way they are. There's a tendency to lean when you're extending your leg. And I know that's easy to do because I just did it. So you want to keep your hips where they are. Extend and bring it back. Okay. So that's it for that. Now we're going to come to a sideline position. And we're going to be on either our arm or our elbow. And I'm going to start on this. So you can be up here if you choose. I find it easier to be on my elbow, but you want to make sure that you've got space between your shoulder and your head. It's very easy to slump. Trust me, I know. It's easy to slump. So keep your head above. Everything else is stacked. Hip stacked, knee stacked, ankle stacked. So this is actually an exercise for the butt, for the glute. So what we're going to do is raise our leg bent, straighten it out, point and flex, and point and flex, bend the leg and bring it back. And that's the only thing that's moving. And again, for 40 seconds, at your own pace, lift, straighten, point, flex, point, flex, bend, return. Lift, straighten, point, flex, point, flex, bend, return. Lift, straighten, point, flex, point, flex, bend, return. That's it, 40 seconds. Did you feel that? I did. Okay, go to the other side. You can just flip over. So again, body check. Shoulder and head are separated. We're not slumping. Everything else is stacked, hips, knees, ankles. 40 seconds. Lift, extend, point, flex, point, flex, bend, return. Lift, extend, point, flex, point, flex, bend, return. Lift, extend, point, flex, point, flex, bend, and return. Okay, that was 40 seconds. That went by fast. All right. I didn't feel it as much on this side. I'm not sure why, but anyway, that's a good leg and butt. So now we're going to do clams. Clams are your feet stay together, your knee comes up. So we'll be doing, and that's the only thing that's moving is your leg. Nothing else is moving at your own pace, up and down. We'll be doing that again, 40 seconds. I like the timing because that way I don't have to count and keep track of how many we're doing. So just up and down. You don't have to come all the way up. You get just as much effectiveness coming up to 80% of what you can do, 60 to 80% of what you can do. It's more the movement than the actual extension. So up and down. And one more, up and down. Good job. That was 40 seconds. And while we're here, okay, while we're here, we're going to do another one that I like. So your bottom leg is extended, your top leg is bent, and it can either be behind your knee or in front of your knee. If you can't put it in front of your knee, and that's awkward, just put it behind your knee. We're not going to move this bent leg. We're going to move this straight leg. So basically, this leg comes up and then back down, and then up and back down, and make sure your knee, don't do what I just did and go like that. Your knee needs to stay pointed to the ceiling when you do this, and it goes up and then down. So another 40-second movement at your own pace. And you may only come up an inch or two, and that's fine. And even if you can't come up at all, just think about coming up on that leg. Up and then down, and then up and then down, and up and then down. Your foot can be either flexed or pointed. I recommend pointing. It makes it easier. It's easier for me. And I have my hand on my knee so it won't drift over here. And then down. There you go. All right. Good move. And we're going to do the clams and the leg thing on the other side because I flipped over too soon. Okay, so on this side, we're doing our clams. for 40 seconds. So again, everything is stacked. Your feet stay together. Your knees what comes up, and it's the only thing that's moving. Make sure you've got this space here between your head and your shoulder. Up and down, up and down. I can feel this in my inner thigh and my hip flexor. And you don't need to come up very far. You can just come up a few inches. And that works too. Again, it's more the movement than it is the extension. And one more. There we go. All right. Now extend that lower leg and either put your foot in front of your knee or behind it, whichever works for you. Make sure the knee stays up. We're going to raise and lower that leg. So up we go and down and up and down. Oh, my knee just cracked again. Up and down and up and down and up and down. So again, if you have trouble raising your leg, just think about it coming up or put your foot behind your knee. Makes it easier. This is more of a twist. All right, good job. So we have time to do some ab work. Aren't you thrilled? Yes, we love our ab work. We'll do one ab thing. So let's lie on our back with legs at tabletop. And we're going to alternately extend each leg. Now again, your own pace. Not everybody can do this. We're only going to do it for 30 seconds because that is kind of intense. So just extend one leg. Don't touch the ground. Bring it back. Extend the other leg. Don't quite touch the ground. Bring it back. And then one leg up. The other leg up. At your own pace. And that's 30 seconds. Okay. All right. Good job, guys. Get ready for Yoga Nidra. Put yourself in a comfortable position. You can be lying down. You can be sitting. I recommend to lie down, but whatever works for you. You might want to put something over your eyes or wrap yourself in a blanket. Make sure that you're comfortable and supported and either warm or cool enough. I'm going to guide you to systematically move your attention through internal points as I mention them. Allow your awareness to flow to these points without moving any part of your body. Begin with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, the center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, excuse me, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, excuse me, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided meditation. Begin to wiggle and stretch. Stretch your legs out if they're bent. Stretch your arms above your head. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch one side and then the other, and then both. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. First one way, and then the other. Now take your right knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee, for everything you do. I make my students say this in my life class. And straighten that leg out. And take your left knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee. I appreciate you being there for me. And straighten that leg out. Now both knees up to your chest and slowly rock back and forth, feeling that massage on your back, on your lower back, on your back organs, the back of your heart. And when you're ready, go ahead and lean to one side, using your lower arm as support for your head. We're going to take our gratitude moment here. Start by patting yourself on the back. You moved for you today. You showed up for yourself. Good job. And I appreciate the fact that you showed up, because it helps me move when I move with people. So just think of one or two things that you're grateful for today. Gratitude is always a good attitude to have. I'm grateful every day that I can move. Go ahead and come on up to sitting. You might want to unmute yourself for namaste. I'm going to remove my spotlight. Sometimes when I'm down in that position after yoga nidra, I just want to stay there for an hour. Hands at your heart. I want to thank you for joining me today. And I hope you have the rest of your day is wonderful, full of peace and joy. Let's end the class by saying to each other, namaste. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. See you Saturday, guys. Have a good
Yay.
trip. Yeah.
Yeah.